Spot On is supported by the Boston University Sargent College's Master of Science degree in Nutrition program. Log on to bu.edu to learn more about this fabulous nutrition graduate program. You are listening to Spot On, a health and wellness podcast that breaks through the latest media headlines to provide you with accurate and usable information that is, well, spot on to meet your needs. I am your host, Dr. Joan Salge Blake, a nutrition professor at Boston University and the author of the college textbook called Nutrition and You, which is used in colleges across the United States and abroad. This episode on Spot On, the crazy cash you can save with coupons, I'm telling you, this is the best kept secret. This episode is mind-boggling, and it is going to give you so many tips to save so much money. It is such a robust episode that we went a little bit longer than we usually do on the Spot On, but I'm telling you, it's worth every cent. Get it? So let's go to the street and ask the folks, do you really think it's worth it to use coupons when you shop?
No. In terms of like the old way of doing coupons, life has already so much other things to worry about rather than finding that coupon.
Sometimes I don't usually use them when I'm in a physical store, but I definitely use online coupons.
Why not? Why is it a question? Of course.
Yeah, I think so. But at the same time, I feel like I end up buying things that I definitely didn't need because of coupons.
Coupons are definitely worth it, especially when you're poor and can't afford to not use coupons.
It depends on the price of the product that you want to buy. If it's not like a very expensive product, then you might not consider a coupon because there's not going to be like a much difference.
I think coupons are very useful. However, I always forget them and never actually use it.
I really like Whole Foods and CVS coupons because they're just so easy to use. Everywhere else is just not worth it. Too much of a hassle.
Yeah, I think it's definitely important to use coupons. Like, we're all broke. Helps you save money. Why not?
I am so excited about this episode of Spot On and this whole issue of couponing and how to save money. And let me just, again, you know me, but again, I'm a Jersey girl. I came from New Jersey, and New Jersey is the shopping mall capital of the world. Shopping in New Jersey growing up was like an Olympic sport. I mean, really, I could calculate 20% off before I could speak English. I mean, I am a shopper. So I came across this crazycouponlady.com and downloaded and looked at it, and I started to hyperventilate because there are so many bargains out there. And today on Spot On, there's two crazy coupon ladies, but today on Spot On, I only have one of them. And get ready for this. Her name is Joni. See, I think we're related. So she is Joni Deemer from crazycouponlady.com. And Joni, I think we're sisters from another mother. I don't know. I think we're related.
It sounds like it. Smart shopping is in my blood. Shopping, period. Right? You can never have enough.
Right. And your cohort in crime here is Heather Wheeler. So she's another.
Yes.
So together you started this crazycouponlady.com. And let me tell you, Spot On listeners, she has built this and her friend to a multi-million-dollar corporation, okay? For the two of them, which I'm like proud as a peacock for you, she has 20 employees. She's got social media followers in the millions. I'm agreeing with envy, Joni. I mean, she has really taken this to another level. And I have to tell you, I took this quote off your website, and this is when I said, my God, we are sisters. You said, Joni, I never met a price I couldn't haggle with. I love this woman. I'm getting this woman on the show. So, Joni, welcome to Spot On. And tell me, how did this crazy coupon lady come about?
Well, I mean, really, I blame it all on Heather. She's my best friend, my business partner of 11 years. And yeah, we were we were roommates back in the day, became young moms at the same time, and we're kind of doing the living paycheck to paycheck thing. We lived a mile apart in our, little town of Boise, Idaho. And we both were, we've always been coupon ladies at heart, but I wasn't a coupon user. I was like I bought generics or bagged my own groceries or whatever, and then I was shopping at Ross. And, I've always have had frugality in my blood and, side hustles or whatever it was. We had tried everything. And she had this idea about couponing and using coupons like on top of store promotions. And she's like, I think we could nearly get things for free. And I was like, hey, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. I was just a skeptic. And so it's interesting, as our business has grown and we have to speak to other people and say, no, really, couponing can actually change your life. Like from an annualized budget perspective, it can do that. I know all the excuses because I had them. Like there aren't coupons for the things I buy, or I don't have time for that, or whatever it is, I'm trying to eat on a specialty diet. Whatever the excuses are, I had all of them. And I truly believe if she hadn't twisted my arm hard back in 2009, I still would have been like, oh, yeah, couponing, there was that TV show once, and I never would have done it because I had all of the excuses. But she really didn't want to do it by herself. So I was like her reluctant partner in crime, literally wondering if what we were doing was even legal. And, we went to our local supermarket. She had collected all of these Sunday papers because at the time that was really where you got the coupons.
Right.
And we spent a couple of hours, like we were slow trying to figure it out in the store, and we checked out and we saved, 70% or something. And I was just like, what on earth just happened? Right. And we were back the next day and the next day, and we became quite obsessed. And so I'm the one who's responsible for deciding that someone needed to blog about this. And so, started the Crazy Coupon Lady. I started it on the Blogspot platform, and of course we eventually migrated it made it a website and created an app and all of that, and wrote a book about couponing because we found that people absolutely wanted to know how to do this. At first it was just calling up my friend and being like, did you know you can get Kellogg's cereal for 67 cents right now? Here's how to do it. And then her 3 friends would get her number from me, and call me, how do we do this? How do we do this? And so it was like, okay, people want to know how to do this. There's no resource. And so that's kind of how it all started. It all started as 2 women who actually needed to save money and found ways to do it. And I still love, there's always a better place to use your money.
Right.
Like whether it's a full price designer jeans, I don't even care. So you paid $100 for a pair of jeans, but you saved it on your groceries last month. Wonderful.
Right.
Right. And then of course if you can get a coupon for the jeans, well then bonus.
I was just going to say that, Joan, like you would ever pay full price $100 for the jeans. Who are you kidding? You shop
at Nordstrom Rack and then you get them for half off. It's fine.
Right. But that's true. And that's so interesting, Joni, because I, grew up in New Jersey, and shopping, like I started the whole segment, was so important to me that I learned all of this, and this is why I can so relate to you and relate to this whole business. But so many people didn't grow up with that or didn't understand that, and so what you're doing for them is unbelievable. How much money you're going to save for them. And Joni and Heather have a book called Checkout Lane, Honey. And what she says, she promises that's going to transform, I love this, coupon virgins into coupon pros.
Yeah,
so I just absolutely, and we're going to put a picture of the Checkout Lane Honey book on our Spot On Facebook page so that you can get it and read it. And of course, we'll link everything we're going to put in this episode. We're going to put it on the Facebook page because I'm telling you.
That was my 15 seconds of fame was when Khloe and Kim Kardashian couponed, and they were using the Crazy Coupon Lady, and they were reading and laughing about the coupon virgin thing. So they thought that was really funny. So that's my claim to fame.
Oh, okay. Just step back 1 second. So you're saying that the Kardashians were clipping coupons?
They were back in, I think it was like 2012 or something. On one of their episodes, they actually, Khloe and Kim went to I think it was a drugstore and couponed and left with toilet paper. And it was funny because the Crazy Coupon Lady audience reacted very negatively. Like, don't make this a joke. Some people really need it. But it was hilarious, and they were laughing about being coupon virgins. Kim was giving Khloe a hard time. That was sort of the shtick of the episode, was that Khloe was really into it and everyone else was rolling their eyes.
Right. But, I have to tell you something very, very interesting about coupon, because I've done it all the time. And when we had the Great Recession and things were really, really tight, and I looked at the research and the data about couponing, and guess who was couponing during the Great Recession?
Right. Well, was it upper middle class?
Right. Upper middle class.
Upper, like six figures.
Right.
Like
right.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And and they looked at the data on that, and that's very interesting. And you say to yourself, well, that's why they have money, because they don't throw their money away. A 20 cents coupon off of $1, that's called 20% off. They don't waste the money. So I thought that's very interesting. So that goes right into Kim Kardashian with the couponing. I love that. I absolutely
kind
love
of funny.
that.
We try to save people time and money on Crazy Coupon Lady, because both are valuable.
Yes.
Right? Everybody's got a lot of other things to do, and so we try to make it smart shopping as easy as possible.
All right. So tell me, what was your number one? What was the maximum amount you ever saved on a purchase?
Okay. All right. So we wrote the book and we started doing national media, and we ended up getting introduced to the folks at Sharp Entertainment, which was the production company that created Extreme Couponing. So we kind of worked with them on that show, and just a fun fact, like when they pitched that show, the pilot initially, it wasn't called Extreme Couponing. It was a very different format. And I actually shot the pilot of that show when I was with them. And then once TLC picked it up, it was renamed Extreme Couponing. The edit was very, borderline hoarder. And so we sort of said, okay, I don't think I want to do that. Right. However, my best shopping haul ever by far was the one that I taped for that show. It was completely unrealistic. It took me a month to plan for. I wrote away for coupons. We collaborated with Safeway. I was shopping in California. That's where I was living at the time. And so it was, it was real. It was real. It wasn't, we didn't cheat the system. We played by all the rules. But I bought 4 shopping carts of groceries, $600 worth, and I got it nearly for free. Never before or after have I done that. I have lots of other hauls that I think are more realistic, like a couple of years ago when I used coupons for Reese's peanut butter cups at the drugstore, and I was able to get a lot of coupons, and I bought like 60 Reese's bars, and I was able to give trick-or-treaters that year. Like, I was the cool house that gave the full-size candy bars away.
Oh.
So there are things like that I've done that I'm really proud of, because I was able to get those Reese's for about 10 cents a piece.
The full size?
Really
the
fun.
full size,
yeah.
Tony? Get out of here.
It was really cool. It was like a new variety. So there was a great coupon on this. You know how Reese's is always trying the different ones. So they had the coupon, they were promoting their new product, and I was able to get my hands on coupons. I didn't have a very stringent limit at the time, and so I was able to be the cool house on Halloween night.
Right. I'll never forget.
But,
as a nutrition professor, I'll never forget the year I gave out pencils. Because I was just trying to make a statement. And you're just seeing the toilet paper on the front lawn the next morning. So I was not the cool house, and I should have went with the Reese's Pieces Cup 10 cents. I'm gonna put that on my list. Tell me, how can college students or soon-to-be college students or anybody that knows a college student save on, like, grocery bills and clothing? Like what is some tips?
Gosh, there's so much, right? So I think I'll start with grocery, because that's really where Crazy Coupon Lady started. And I think a lot of people are more comfortable saying, well, I use coupons. I'll use a coupon code online. But and they'll do a little bit of research before a big purchase, like a laptop or a car, of course. But people don't look at that monthly grocery dining bill. And because every item's only a few bucks, every coupon, the average coupon value is $1.40, and that doesn't feel like it warrants their time.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, when you zoom out from a monthly budget perspective, that's one of the biggest pieces of the pie, besides housing, right? Which is one of the trickiest places to save. So the biggest pie of your budget that you can actually make a dent in might just be your food.
Right.
And so I definitely think with college students in particular, starting there is worthwhile. And of course, there's lots of tips for dining out. But when it comes to like grocery, couponing, supermarket, household, health and beauty, all of that stuff, the best advice that I've got really is just picking one place and getting started somewhere with actual coupons.
Right.
So you don't need the Sunday paper anymore.
Right.
But you're going to want to be open-minded, and basically you're going to want to start shopping around the sales instead of what you ran out of in your pantry that week, or like my razor's dull, I need to get a new one, I just ran out of toothpaste, and you want to just try to get ahead. And so it can take you a month or two to kind of get ahead, and yes, we do call it building a stockpile. So college students, right, they're short on space, they're short on money, how can they possibly do this? But you can, just a little bit. And so it's about being smart about which items can I save the most on? And I can tell you at first it's going to be the non-food items. So if you learn anything, I would say you have to start there.
Right.
So think about those things. Pick a drugstore or pick a local supermarket, and you're going to see more and more promotions and discounts and higher value coupons for items like body wash, toothpaste, shampoo, razors, and not just like cosmetics, which maybe you have specific brands you're loyal to, but for most of these things, these are high quality products. The items that you will buy with coupons, because like I said, my mom was frugal. She raised me eating toasted oats instead of Cheerios.
Right.
When I went to college, I went to the bag my own grocery store because that's what I was used to. But once you start couponing, everything flips on its head, and it's those high value, those premium brands, like the Tide detergent and the Olay body wash. Those products are regular price really high, but they run the most promotions and they have the highest value coupons. So suddenly I was getting more premium products and I was paying less for them. So if you're a college student looking to save, I would start number one with choosing a drugstore and start couponing for those health and beauty items.
Right.
And you just need a couple of apps to do it now. You don't need the Sunday paper, and you can get access to those coupons. And what Crazy Coupon Lady does is we haven't aligned ourselves with any one brand. We're not a coupon distributor platform. We are a consumer advocate. So what we do is we gather up all of the coupons from every app, every website, everywhere that they exist. We've got bots that scrape the internet. We've got API feeds, and then we've got 3 full-time employees who all they do is they curate and they check those coupons. So it's not like Retail Me Not where you go and it's crowdsourced, thumbs up, thumbs down, and all the coupons don't work. When you come to KCL, you're going to find active coupons that are available, and we'll tell you exactly where to get them. And then we're going a second step, and we're taking those coupons and we're saying, okay, great, there's an exciting, $3 off 2 boxes of General Mills cereal this week. Cool. The best place to buy it is X. At CVS, they've got this promotion. At Kroger, they've got this promotion.
Right.
And so we're helping you stretch that money farther.
Right.
And that's the basic nuts and bolts of what we do at Crazy Coupon Lady.
See, what I love about this, because everyone says, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for this. Well, guess what? Crazy ladies do have time, and they make it.
Yeah.
I've been on your website. It is unbelievable. So they scour, you said, all the sales, and they tell you when to get it and what's on sale. Well, I want to back up a little bit about something you said about stockpiling, because that really is really, really key. So in other words, if you use razors, all the time, you don't want to buy a razor one at a time. So what you want to do is buy the razor on sale and have a backup. So when the first razor goes yucky, you don't have to run to the store and buy it at a premium price because it's not on sale. You have a backup, and then you back up the backup with a sale item. That's pretty much what you're talking about, stockpiling?
That's exactly what it is,
Right.
and it's not a closet full of toothpaste.
Right.
Like, you don't need that. And if you're short on space, take that razor out of the packaging and then put 3 of them in a quart-sized Ziploc bag.
Right.
This can be done even if you are living in an apartment with roommates and space is really, really tight. It's possible.
Right. Now, why you said something interesting. You said when you shop online, you should shop only on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, why Tuesdays and Thursdays? I don't understand that.
Okay. So, this is a guideline, not a rule, perhaps.
Okay.
But there is data out there, these big companies that analyze price. So they're scraping price on certain products, and they're just looking for very small fluctuations. They've actually shown that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the price drops by, on Tuesdays, I believe it was 4.81% less, and then 4.8% on Tuesday. And Saturday was the worst day to shop. So that is interesting, and that is cool data. But what I will say is that is comparing far and wide, right? That is scraping millions and millions of things. So it is interesting to note, and I do think that folks should look on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Some other data that I have seen just in practice is that we're seeing more clearance. So if you think about, if you're shopping at, Athleta.com and you want to shop the sale section, like you go to the website and you just navigate to sale. I don't know who doesn't do that. That's still in my shop. You're going to see those sections updated in the middle of the week. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are also good because of that. What you're going to see on the weekends sales are usually kicking off on Fridays online, and it's a weekend, like it's a 3-day weekend-long sale. So this isn't just Memorial Day. This is many weekends. If you track any brand, you'll see that's often how Macy's, they've got some different sale every weekend going on. So if you're shopping around those limited time promotions, like, outerwear is 50% off this weekend at Old Navy or whatever it is, then the weekends can be a good time. But if you're sort of like, I don't know if there's a sale going on, it's just Saturday and that's the day I don't have school, and so I'm going to go and buy everything, that's when you could get into trouble. So this is a guideline, not always. It's like it's not like, you can't ever shop on a Wednesday. Absolutely not.
Right.
It's not so much that.
Right. Well, let me tell you, for college students and young adults, I mean, they could shop online at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. You know what I mean? Or which is probably Wednesday, really, when you think about it. But so they're up all hours. So that would be really, really easy. You also said something, and this one I was bug-eyed about, because you said before you place an order on Amazon, and let me just tell you, Joni, that I have invested so much money in Amazon. I mean, I don't have stock or anything, but that's where my paycheck goes, Amazon. So I feel
they're world domination. They're headed straight there.
Yeah, and I'm giving to that charity, okay?
And me both.
Yeah. So you said before you place an order on Amazon, you said use camel, camel, camel. What is camel, camel, camel?
Yep. Isn't that the craziest website name ever?
Yes.
What they do is they track prices, and so when you copy and paste any Amazon URL into camel, 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 it pulls up a price historicity graph. And so I believe, I'm not close with the folks at camel, 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 I think that's where the name must come from, is like, the ups and downs of a line graph, like pumps on a camel. Maybe that's where that's coming from. But it will show you. So if I take, whatever it is, a bag of pet food or a sweater that I want to buy on Amazon, and I copy and paste that URL, it'll show me over the last 12 months how that price has fluctuated on a daily basis. Some items, you might get a very flat line graph. And you're like, okay, this product, and that's probably going to be a unique product, like an Amazon exclusive.
Right.
If you get to a product that is carried by other retailers, Amazon does so much in that dynamic price competition. So like Amazon.com and Walmart.com, gosh, if they both carry the same product, those prices are constantly moving because they're both trying to undercut each other by a penny all the time. So it's always, always, always moving. But if you're thinking about buying a product, you can look and say, okay, I can see that this product was $3 less a week ago, or like, hey, this is actually the second lowest price that it's been all year. I'm going to buy it now. Or actually, it's a really high price. You can even set an alert and Camel will alert you when the price drops of an item that you want to track. So it's really, really useful. The other kind of twisted way to use Amazon to your advantage is that I really like the Amazon app for in-store shopping. So if you ever, especially as a college student, I was out on my own for the first time, and I'm like, I don't know what I pay for a box of cereal or laundry detergent or anything. I didn't have that internal price book that now that I've got 4 kids, it's just built in on lock. The Amazon app can be a great price compare tool. So they've got a scan functionality. So I can whip out the Amazon app if I'm shopping at Target, and I can just scan a product, and it'll pull up that Amazon selling price for me. And it's just sort of a barometer. Even on Black Friday, it's a great tool to use because, there's some great deals on Black Friday, and sometimes they're not that great of a deal, and you can use that price compare to Amazon. And then the cool thing is that a lot of the big box stores will actually price match Amazon these days. So if I'm shopping at Target and I want to, buy this book, P.S. Don't buy books at Target ever. The price, unless you use this tip, you scan it with the Amazon app. It's always going to be cheaper on Amazon because Amazon beats everybody when it comes to books. And all you have to do is just ask Target to match the price when you check out. You can do it at any register, and they'll just match it and sell it to you for the Amazon price.
Okay. I'm like hyperventilating here. Okay, so Joni, Target does that. Does every store do that, or just certain stores will match it?
A lot of them will. Lots of big box stores. Lots of even Best Buy will get in on that action, or Staples. So there are a lot. It's always worth asking. Lots of the big box stores have to do it to compete now. And even if you're at like a local, like I was at it was sort of a sporting goods store. There was a local one-off in my town, and I just was having the owner and I were chatting, and I just said, but it's so tricky. Like, I love the customer service that I get here, but these prices, I just, I can't. Like, I don't love your story enough to be like, great, I'd love to pay 20% more.
Right.
And he said, well, we'd be happy to match. So sometimes there's the haggle, right? Sometimes it's just about, saying the thing like, hey, I love this business. I want you guys to do well, but like these prices, I can't pay them.
Right. Right. So in other words, it doesn't hurt to ask. Right. It doesn't hurt to ask. And I love helping local businesses, but I refuse to pay, like you said, 20 or 30% more. So I would rather give them my money rather than Jeff Bezos, and I think Jeff has enough money at Amazon that he doesn't need mine, you know what I mean? So I'd like to help the local guys. So that's really, really good. And I am going to do that. As soon as I get off the air, I'm going to do that when I'm buying milk. I'm going to haggle for milk. Here we go.
It's a delicate dance, but you'll navigate it fine.
Yes, it is.
Are you having trouble sleeping, focusing, or relaxing? If the answer is yes, then the TM Softs White Noise Sleep Sounds podcast has got you covered. This hour-long podcast is made to help you get rid of distractions, reduce stress, relax, and most importantly, get better sleep. You can listen to sounds of nature, white noise, relaxing music, and much, much more. You can check out the TM Softs White Noise Sleep Sounds podcast on Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
You have on your website guide to couponing and some, tips, 16 tips here, the guides to couponing. And I just want to go through this because they're all fabulous. And, you as we start out from, coupon virgins to get to coupon pros, we don't want to make mistakes. And the first thing that you have on this is only coupon for items you need, not just because it's a killer price. So what do you mean by that?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I feel like that's one of the biggest pitfalls. And, I don't know, if we truly are sisters, then you're going to be able to relate to this because sometimes you can get caught up in the hype, right? I even, take me back. I'll talk about, TJ Maxx again. And, I'm browsing the clearance rack because, that's therapy. And, there's a sweater that's like, okay, but it's 85% off. And I'm like, wow, what a deal. This used to be $140 and now it's only $19.99. This is incredible. And I buy it and I take it home and it sits there with the tag on it in my closet for the rest of the season and I never wear it. Okay, guess what? You just got duped. You didn't save anything. And so that's the hard part. And there's even data that shows that those who start shopping for the holidays early, before the middle of November, that they actually end up spending more. And so that's the trick, right? Is that there are actually really hot deals in the very early parts of the holiday season. But the reason there are those deals is because retailers have that data. And they know that if I can get you to start shopping for the holiday season, when it's Halloween time, that in the end I'm going to get you. And so there is, even though from the beginning, Heather and I have been listen, we're not Susie Orman. We're not here to tell you, to buckle down. Because we never wanted to buckle down. What fun is that? Right. But we're hey, what if you could get the stuff that you want for a price that you could afford? That is our modus operandi. That's what we do. And if you're buying things that you don't need and you're getting caught up in the hype, or you're starting early and you don't have that hardcore budget, right? You maybe need to do that, even though that's unpleasant. You say, okay, here's what I'm targeting for my holiday spend, or here's what I'm doing for neighbor or roommate gifts or teacher gifts or whatever, and make sure that you don't go overboard, And when Bath & Body has their soap sale, buy 6, but don't buy 24.
Right. True confessions. Okay. I finished my my Christmas shopping before Thanksgiving. In fact, it's all wrapped, Joni, by Thanksgiving. And so now I'm going to unwrap everything and take it back because, I've been duped. I've been duped, Joni, and now I'm really upset about this. And I will now, and I'm going to haggle. I'm angry. Okay, so I'm going to shop later. That's so funny because, you're right. And I've done that before where I got something. It was a ridiculous price, and I have gotten it home and I never wore it just because I just love that it was 90% off. Because to me, 90% off is better than free. You know what I mean? There's, don't you think? It's like a psychological thing there. So
no, it is, and you want to wear it, and then you want someone to nonchalantly be like, "Oh, I really like your sweater," and then you want to be able to tell them, like, "Oh yeah, and it was 90%. It looks even better."
Yeah, that's right. Right, and then you start modeling and everything and be obnoxious. All right, the next one is save up to 50% while eating out at restaurants.com, and I want to tell you that in this young adult stage, college students or soon-to-be college students, about 24% of the cash that they spend is on food. And I'm going to tell you, one of the primary places, and I know you're going to help us with this, is Starbucks. So, Joni, how can they save money on Starbucks?
So, for Starbucks in particular, so obviously they're already doing this, but you got to use the app and the loyalty program. That helps a little bit. But then the second thing that you've got to do is you've got to buy discounted gift cards, and then you load them into your Starbucks app. So instead of Starbucks app debiting or charging your credit card, they're actually charging a gift card. And the reason that you're doing that is that you can buy gift cards at a discount consistently. So there are a myriad of online gift card retailers. Raise.com is one I use, RAISE. There's also one called giftcardgranny.com that kind of aggregates gift cards together. So sometimes you're buying someone else's Starbucks gift card that they got for Christmas and they didn't want it, and so they went to sell it, and it's a $25 gift card and they're selling it for $20. Okay, great. Sometimes it's Starbucks partnering and being willing to sell gift cards at a discount. And again, these retailers have all of the money for all of the marketing and data teams, and they know that the stats about gift cards say that, only 87% of gift cards ever get redeemed. That's, I'm guessing, but it's around that, right?
No.
And okay, so are you telling me you've never misplaced a gift card?
I'm still on the 87%, Joni. I can't even answer that question. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So they don't use... Oh, my goodness gracious. See, I use every gift card up. In fact, I use it up as soon as I get it because I'm not wasting any money. But that is a mind-boggling statistic. So these companies, they need more money. People go out and they shop for gifts, and you don't use them? Oh.
Yeah, and that's only the first half. The second half is all of the studies show that shoppers who use gift cards spend more than shoppers who don't.
Oh.
So, right? It's like you're not feeling the burden of, well, I shouldn't spend that. When you have a gift card, you feel like you can spend more. So none of that matters so much for our purposes. That's just that's the data behind why there are discounted gift cards available. Of course, we're not going to fall into those traps. We're not going to, pick up that extra donut with our coffee. We're just going to get the coffee. We're going to be disciplined, but we're going to get that savings from that gift card. We're going to load it. So maybe we're saving 8%. Maybe we're able to save 15%. But whatever that is, if you're going to that coffee shop routinely, that can genuinely, right, that gets you a few free days of free coffee every month.
Right. So
I can't tell you how to get it for free all the time, but I can tell you how to save a little.
But think about that. If it's a $25 Starbucks card, right, and you get it for $20, and you buy 4 of them, you got $20 free. I mean, that's amazing. Yeah. That's absolutely amazing. So it is free. Wow. Okay. And you said something about restaurant.com. You could save up to 50% off. So what's restaurant.com?
Yeah, you really can. So restaurant.com is cool if you like dining out at one-off local chains. So you're not going to see Chili's and Applebee's on here. But basically, restaurant.com will, if they work with your city, they're going out to local restaurants and they're saying, hey, we can help drive new customers to you in exchange for you offering them a discounted gift card. They're giving them all the same steps. People with a gift card are going to order more alcohol. They're going to spend more. They're going to do all of these things, which, okay, the stats don't lie. That is true. But in order to bring in new business, one-off restaurants will align, and they'll actually end up paying restaurant.com to promote them in their gift cards. And so it'll be something like you can get a $25 restaurant gift card for $10. That's pretty normal. The catch, and it's not that big of a catch, is that you have to spend a minimum of $35, right? So, I mean, there's always a fine print piece there, but it doesn't change the game. That's still a great bargain.
Right.
So make sure when you're using restaurant.com, do pay attention to that fine print because it's always there and it always says something. But it's still a really great deal and a cool way to support local businesses also and save a lot of money.
Right. And let's do, we're not great math people here, but $25 for 10, you save $15. And I mean, that is absolutely amazing. And all right, so you have to spend $35 on the meal. My goodness gracious, 2 people going out, that's the appetizers right there. So, now your app is the #1 app, right? KCL, Crazy Coupon Lady app. So tell us about this, because I've downloaded it and I love it. Go ahead.
The app is great. I personally use the app more than I use the crazycouponlady.com. Both are great resources, of course, but in the app, when you first download it, you get to kind of favorite your stores. And so Crazy Coupon Lady started at the grocery store, but we're very much at the mall and, online and everywhere. So you can select Amazon, you can select Ulta, you can select Old Navy, you can select, ShopRite or Kroger or Target or CVS, whatever. So you kind of can personalize your feed in a way that you don't get to do on the crazycouponlady.com. And then my favorite feature in the Crazy Coupon Lady app is our deal alert. So you get to say yes or no to push notifications, of course. But if you want to say yes to receiving push notifications, you can say, I want the hottest deals. Whatever you say is the hottest Crazy Coupon Lady, I want to see them. Or you can say, I want to select the brands that I like to buy. And that could be anything. Like if you're wanting to buy, a KitchenAid mixer, and that's something you've been wanting.
Sephora makeup?
Yes. You can toggle that on, or like I want AirPods this year, whatever it is, you can toggle that on, and then when we find a deal about that item, we will send it to you. And we do the same thing with I love Crest toothpaste, whatever it is. If that's the brand you love, great, toggle that on and we'll send it to you. And that's nice because, again, we are couponing and being a strategic shopper. It takes a few extra minutes. It's never going to be exactly as easy as mindlessly shopping without coupons, but we're trying to make it truly easy to shop smarter. So if you forget to check the Crazy Coupon Lady, that's fine. Tell us what you're looking for, and we'll send it right to you.
Joni, I don't want to interrupt you and be rude, but I just got to tell you something really, really funny. So you're talking about this, the KCL app, and my producer, who is a college student, just left the boards and started downloading the app. And she was not even paying attention to this whole episode. She's downloading your app, right? She's got the app. She's showing it to me. Oh my God, she's mouthing to me. Look at this. All right. So I don't know how this episode is going to end up because she left the control table here. So I don't know. And God knows I can't edit it, but whatever.
Run to the store, girl.
I know. You go, girl. 20% off. Tell me about this app, Ibotta? What is this? What is this? Oh, tell me.
So, Ibotta is sort of the premier rebate app. And so, basically, there are a lot of different ways that people are trying to revolutionize or modernize couponing. And the long backstory, I always give the backstory because I find it interesting, but stores aren't playing nicely with each other. Millennials can intuitively understand, hey, why is there not an app where I can get a coupon for Colgate or Listerine, and I can just show my phone at any retailer and they can scan it and I'll save the money? That should be a thing, but it isn't because there's lots of reasons. But the stores aren't playing nicely with each other, and they're not all agreeing to one point of sale system, so they can't do that. Rebate apps were created to circumvent that. They're trying to give users that ability to here's a digital offer. You don't have to clip anything. You can go use it anywhere. So rebate apps are giving you that ability. And also, our book was to pick another checkout lane, honey. And we made a joke about holding up lines. But with rebate apps, nothing's happening when you check out. No one even knows you're using a coupon. You're loading rebates before you shop. And then afterward, you're uploading a photo of your receipt. They'll confirm that you bought the participating items, and then they'll credit your account. And there are cash out thresholds, $20. Once you reach $20, you can cash out Venmo, PayPal, all of that stuff that millennials will understand completely. Ibotta is a great one. They've got the most offers. There is also Fetch Rewards, Checkout 51, Saving Star. There are other apps, and all that these guys have is they've got coupons. So it's sort of like what used to come in the Sunday paper and still does, but is an alternate way. And there are also coupons inside store apps now. Sometimes it's receipt-based, but most often it's tied to your loyalty card. So between rebate apps that are all digital and then a store app, so I've got the Walgreens app, and I can just click to add coupons, and then it loads to my loyalty account. So as long as I've created that, or maybe I'm still using my mom's, and I'm typing in her phone number at checkout, those coupons will come off automatically. So there are so many ways now to save, without having to do a lot of preparation, without having to have a binder or envelope full of coupons when you're checking out.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So this rebate a coupon, this Ibotta. So in other words, I go to Target, or we call Target. We go to Target, and so I will go and use. They have something called like a cartwheel or some kind of program, don't they? I think they call.
They just barely changed it. They just got rid of cartwheel. They're calling it Circle now, but it still is inside the Target app. So the details have changed, but it's basically the same.
So let me get this. So I go to Target, and I'm going to buy high brand premium shampoo, and they have a coupon. So I go in there, and on my Target circle, I click the coupon, and I will get $2 off. Then I bring that receipt home, and I take a picture of it, and I send it to Ibotta because they're going to give me more money on the same shampoo?
Correct. Sometimes multiple apps will even have the same offer, and you can actually do the whole moneymaker thing where you end up getting more money back than you ever paid. That's the exception, not the rule, but it happens.
Okay. I know. I'm sorry for that dead silence, and I know that I'm doing this because I'm supposed to talk, but that one just blew me away, and I got speechless. So in other words, I'm sorry for that dead air. But so in other words, they're paying you to take it out of the store. That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is absolutely amazing. Now, you also talk about Walmart Savings Catcher. So what's that?
So Walmart Savings Catcher is actually what they have, what they've done with their price matching. Walmart was the first one that did all of, they were like, they led out on all of the price matching. And now everything lives within the Savings Catcher app. And with Walmart, it's not even a receipt upload. There's a QR code that you scan on your receipt in order to get that Savings Catcher savings. And Walmart will even track prices of items that you've purchased and give you adjustments if there are any price drops within a certain period.
Wow, that's great. That's great. What about you list here Retail Me Not? So what does Retail Me Not do for you or me?
So Retail Me Not is really one of the first sites that aggregated coupons, and they are retail focused, right? So they're even more online than they are in-store promotions, but they're still one of the best to go to. They're developing new technologies, and they've got one of the best crowdsourced information, so they've got good accuracy. The other thing that you'll see that all of these players are doing is they're getting into the cashback game. And again, the reason that they're motivated to do that is because there's more money in it for them. But the way cashback works through eBay, sort of, they're the whale in that space, is that basically, even the crazy coupon lady, right? If we were going to tell you about a great outerwear deal at Nordstrom, when we hyperlink to that coat, we are going to use an affiliate link that cookies your computer. And if you buy that, we're going to get a few percentage points in commission. Okay. That's kind of how this whole online thing works. So these cashback sites, essentially, what they're doing is they're splitting that with you. So, if I, as the publisher, have a deal with Nordstrom and they pay me 6% commission, then I can come offer you, the consumer, 3%. And then we're basically splitting it, right? But the motivation is that they want you to click that link, cookie your computer, so that they get that commission on your sale. But that's an FYI. That's how the business model works. Right. But it's great for you. You can save that money, and the thing is, just make sure, again, don't buy something you don't need because there's a coupon for it. Don't end up on Retail Me Not or on eBay.com and say, I wasn't planning to shop today, but I got an email and it says that, Sephora's 12% cash back today. I mean, that would be fairly exciting for Sephora. That's a pretty good savings. But if you don't need anything, don't buy it.
Don't buy it. There you go. You don't get caught up with the hype there. I promise you that we're going to put up on the Spot On Facebook page all of these apps. We're going to list them out for you because that was like a mouthful here. Because I know that
there's so many.
There's so many what you're going to do. So we're going to do that. But what I'm going to tell you is if you just go to crazycouponlady.com or more importantly use the app, they're going to do everything for you, and they'll really, really help you go through this and help you save a heck of a lot of money. And 20%. Just think about it. If you save 20% on everything that you buy. That's a heck of a lot of money over a week, a month, or over a lifetime. So, man, I can't wait. I'm thinking about taking a sabbatical from Boston University and just learn all the shopping. I mean, because I'm so excited. But I want to leave our listeners with one. I'm going to embarrass you And I read this about you, and a tear came to my eyes. So could you tell me what the Crazy Coupon Ladies partnership with Rescue.org is?
Oh, thank you for the opportunity to talk about that. Of course, we have partnered with the International Rescue Committee at Rescue.org for many, many years and ended up starting our own nonprofit a couple of years ago. So basically, we are the thing that makes Crazy Coupon Lady unique is that we are people first. We have real people who are checking real deals and making it easy. So we are in the store checking on these deals, make sure that they work so that we respect your time. What that means is that we have an abundance of lots of the same sorts of things all of the time at our office. And a few years ago, it's probably been 6 or 7 years ago, I met an amazing gentleman while I was trying to actually learn Swahili at Boise State University. I was in the process of adopting my sons, and that was their native language. Anyway, through my relationship with him, I learned more about the refugee process, about the 8 to 10 months of assistance that refugees receive when they come to the United States, when they're getting job training, around the food assistance that exists. But you know what doesn't exist? Health, beauty, household items. There's no assistance there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this synergy here is perfection. That is all of the stuff that we get for free all of the time. We are uniquely qualified to buy it. So it was as simple as knowing that and then beginning to partner with Rescue.org and learning things like, yeah, when a family comes here and there are 5 members of the family, they're given 5 forks and 5 knives and 5 spoons. But what I learned about the culture of so many of these rich refugee backgrounds is it's so community-oriented, and it's cooking for 30 people. And I'm like, they need more forks.
Right,
right. I'm like, we didn't go and change the world in a day. We're just like, oh my gosh, this is wrong. And to send them to a thrift store to get a little chintzy pot, which is what we're used to in the United States, when what they're used to is cooking in something that we would actually call a Dutch oven here.
Right.
But that's what they're accustomed to. And so when we can find a great deal on, the other year, Martha Stewart makes this beautiful enameled Dutch oven, and we found them for 60% off, and we spent thousands of dollars buying all of these. And now when I can see a beautiful refugee woman, and I can give her the first pot that looks like something she's seen before. I mean, it's brightly colored, so that's new. That's all it is. It's not anything more than us seeking to understand more about unique needs and helping individuals. It's absolutely one of the best parts about couponing. And there are so many stories from couponers everywhere, whether it's, what they did in Houston with Hurricane Harvey, or what people are doing for animal shelters or whatever. Once you have that skill and you know how to get something for free, it allows you to pay it forward. I remember when being charitable used to be something on my to-do list that I didn't think I could afford.
Right.
And couponing truly changes that.
Right. First of all, this whole backstory, the Rescue.org, is so fabulous. And I love the fact that not only are you helping people save money and doing it without them spending a lot of time, but I love the fact that you're giving back. And, you're right. I mean, how many times I've done this before where I see cans of beans marked down on sale for nothing, and I will buy $10 worth of them and then drop it in the food pantry on the way out of the supermarket, because $10 of beans, I mean, it was beans for a U-Haul, but beans are a good source of protein, and that helps. And so when you get into this, you start saying, well, I've been blessed that I was, have this skill set to save all this money. Let me give back. And my God, you did that with your Rescue.org, and that's very, very inspirational. So my sister Joni, I can't even thank you enough. Please don't try to call me tonight, because I'm going to be on your app loading down everything. And, so don't interrupt me tonight, okay? Because I'm going to be couponing.
So I'll wait till tomorrow.
That's right. So we are going to put all this information on the Spot On Facebook page, and I'm telling you, we are about to save you a heck of a lot of money. And I am pleased as a peacock that you made this into a multi-million-dollar business. You go, girl, or I should say, girls.
Thank you.
You go, girls.
Well,
you and
we
Heather.
Should say everything is free. We don't charge our readers for anything. We're able to have partnerships and get paid that way. So no cost with anything ever.
Yes. You are fabulous, girlfriend. Thank you so much for being on Spot On. Thank you for listening to Spot On. Please subscribe to Spot on your favorite podcast app for new episodes every week. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Joan Salge Blake. And also like our Spot On Facebook page and suggest topics for future episodes. And oh, by the way, could you ask 5 of your friends or family members to download Spot On and subscribe to it? Do I ask a lot from you?